today I went to a new thrift shop in town. It's called Friends of the Library, and I am thrilled to have this in town because, of course, being Friends of the Library, they had books. So I did a little bit of a book haul today, and I got enough of a variety here that I wanted to show you what to look for if you're looking for some books for your collection for making journals, books, junk journals, scrapbooks, whatever you like to make with it. So let me show you, first of all, one of the things you want to look for. The first thing I look for, of course, you know, they're normally like this when you see them. These are not the prices, by the way. I got these for $2 a piece. I was very thrilled. So the first thing I look for is I try to pull out all of the old books. It's pretty obvious which ones are old. And the first thing I look for is I open them up and I look and see if I can find a date. So this one is 1859. And if you find books that are in the public domain, then when you flip through, if you see any really pretty images, what's this? Ooh, I found a little treasure in the book. That's exciting. I haven't flipped through these yet. But anyway, if you find something from 1920, I think it's 1922 right now, then it's in the public domain and you can use the images. So the first thing I do is I go through and I pull out all the books that I think might be 100 years old or more. So the first thing you want to look at is the date. Then when I pull them all out, I look at the cover. So this cover is beautiful. The spine is all damaged, but that's okay because we know how to repair spines, right? And I have a quick video on how to do that. But but this definitely has some potential, this cover, because of all the embossing on it, and I can rub some product, some different paints and whatnot on it and really bring out these decorations. I mean, these embossed areas, debossed areas. This is a pretty cover. So number one is date, number two is cover. So this one I pulled because of the date and the cover. This one, I don't know if the detail's going to show, but this one is also over 100 years old and has some really pretty embossed and debossed areas on it, and it's a beautiful little size. So I'm definitely going to be able to do something with this. And then this cover, I mean, need I say more? I'm just beside myself that I love this. I love this. And the copyright 1907. This is actually a sticker on here. It feels like it was put on separate than the cover, which is unusual for a book of this age. But that cover is beautiful. And then this lovely, lovely little, again, I love the size and the cover is gorgeous. I can just put something here, leave this as it is. Oops, it's upside down. The spine is beautiful. This book is in pristine shape. But wait, wait until you see this 100-year-old book. The Last Days of Pompeii. Look at how, I have to angle it, sorry, because the glare from my lights. This is just gorgeous. Isn't this going to make a gorgeous bohemian journal? Look at this. And this spine, it's this book, except for the pages, which are quite yellowed, the cover is almost like brand new. I can't believe that this book is this old. This is fabric. It's a fabric spine, which is really nice. This is fabric too. It looks like they embossed on the fabric. So, so those those are the first two things that I do, is I look for the old books, and then I look at the covers of the old books to see if there's something that I can use. Now, the other thing that I do, then the third thing that you want to look for is content. What is inside the book? Is there something that you can use? So in this particular one, this is public domain. I saw the date somewhere. You'll just have to trust me. But this had some really cool kind of advertising in it that I can copy, use for myself, make into a digital kit. It has really nice content inside. So that's the third thing I look at is content. Now, I like to flip through and see. I didn't have time on this one. Like I said, I haven't looked through the center of these yet, but I didn't really. This one has some artwork in it. So because it's public domain, if I want to digitize any of the images in here, then I can do that. So when you're looking at the content as you're flipping through the books, well, this is a math book. As you're flipping through the books, if there's an image that you see, oh, look at that. Oh, I love the way they wrote back then. This book is turning out to be a treasure. But yeah, if you see images in here that you might want to use, if it's 100 years old, then you can use these however you want. And I love the way they used this tissue paper back in the day to protect the photos. I do have a video on how to make your own. So in addition to those things, then the last thing that I might look for is the author. This book, if you don't know about Gwen Frostic, then you are missing out. You guys think Edith Holden is great? Gwen Frostic, I mean, I love her even more. And the books, these are not in the public domain because I did check into it, even though she's long gone, unfortunately. There is still a Gwen Frostic Foundation or something like that that owns the rights to all of her stuff. So you can't do much with this other than, for your own use. But her artwork is just so simple, understated, elegant. Look, there's a little beetle. She has a variety of papers in her book. So here's vellum with some branches on it, and then when you set it down, it melds with the page behind it. And you can see that the edges are deckled. Oh, look at that butterfly. There's a butterfly on a piece of handmade paper with some branches behind that the butterfly's on, and then she has a little poem over here. So the next thing that I look for is I scan and I see if there's any authors that I really like. And then lastly, I just look at things that if they're really super inexpensive, is it something that I'm going to be able to use, maybe just to use as pages in a junk journal? So I just grabbed this. First of all, I like the 3-ring binder. It's pretty. It's vintage. I can put my own label here. I'm gonna plan on using this either to store my stamps or as an ephemera storage. I'll probably do a video on that. But this has some images in here that I wouldn't mind using because it's a landscape book, and these are not glossy. I don't like, well, they're semi-gloss. I don't like glossy magazine pages, but I can definitely cut apart some of these. I can use these as a supply, these file folder tabs, and I can use the 3-ring binder. So this whole thing, and I can use this piece of plastic here, this whole thing was $2. So this is totally usable for me, and I love the cover. It's super pretty. So that's just a really quick video on things to look for when you are shopping and trying to do a book haul. See you later. I'm going to go play with my books.